This is a ugly can spray painted 2013 Nissan Sentra SV that I picked up from Facebook Marketplace for only 650 bucks. And on this episode, I'm gonna take you through the journey of how we're gonna make over $3,000 in profit easily on this one flip. I'm gonna take you through the process of removing this ugly spray painted paint off of this car. We're gonna repaint this car, and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna make this car like new so we can make a massive profit. I'm gonna take you through all of the ups and downs so you can do this yourself. Let's get into it. So before we get into this episode, let's talk about how I was able to get this car for so cheap. Everybody online comments, there's no way you paid that much for this car. The reason I'm able to get these cars for so cheap is because I use an app called Swoopa. Now, yes, Swoopa is a sponsor of this video, but I actually use them, and I'm showing proof, guys. Got this car off of Swoopa because I was the first one to ask, can I come see it? When trying to get these crazy deals on Facebook, you have to be the first person to respond. So I like to look for cars anywhere from 0 to 100 miles away from my home. Swoopa's AI app knows that, and it sends me notifications every time somebody lists something in my area. That means immediately when they list it, I get a notification like a text. Swoopa's gonna also allow you to set the price range of the cars that you want to buy in. But not only that, Swoopa has this new AI evaluation tool that tells you how much profit you could possibly make. It tells you the risk of buying this car, what problems they're known for, what they usually sell for, and it evaluates based off what the listing says. So it's telling you the risk versus reward for the car. Click the link below, download the Swoopa app on your phone today, and start catching deals like this right here. Let's get into the video. So now that we got our car home, let's go over it, see what's wrong with it so we can fix it and get it ready for sale. Now, one of the first things you can notice again is that it's spray painted really badly with a spray can. It's a spray can job, and it looks like the color under it is like a silver metallic. I can see that little bit of shine to it, and you can pretty much tell what color is because of that. Now, he did spray paint over all of the logos, as you can see, so we might need to buy new logos if we can't save these. Now, all of our lights look really good. They're not cracked. Here are the front ones. They look good as well. As for our grille, it doesn't look bad at all. It looks like it was originally silver, and he spray painted, also spray painted over the logo. This part of the grille looks good. The bumpers are pretty solid. Same with the rear. I don't see any body problems on the car, just a bunch of spray can paint. It looks like he sprayed out these rear reflector lights in the back. Maybe we can save these as well. He like blacked them out. They're supposed to be like red. As for my side mirrors, they look good as well. Just the paint fading off. We can see the original color here. Just the overall crappy paint job. There's the roof. You can see that that paint is starting to come off all over here as well. You can see when they were pumping gas that it was falling over here on top of the wheel well area. The gas was dripping, and it really shows on that flat spray paint. All of our tires look really good. Lots of tread. They all match. Now, here's what really attracted me to this car. Check it out. You can see our original color inside the door jamb, which is good. Thankfully, he didn't get any of this. But what attracted me was this car only has 107,000 miles, guys. That's crazy. Now, these Nissan Sentras are known for their transmission problems, but with the mileage and the price that I got the car for, I'm willing to take the chance. 107,000 original miles. And guess what? No codes, guys. No codes on the car, which is crazy. I want to show you guys. Now, I did scan this car originally before I bought it, but you know, guys, I like to be honest and straightforward. I want to show you guys there's no codes in this car. Okay, let's go into the engine, read codes, stored codes. There are no codes stored in this module. Pending codes, there are no pending codes stored in here. Let's go to our IM readiness. Since this drive, everything is okay. Okay, 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 okay. Smooth. We got ourselves a clean engine bay. I don't see any leaks. Battery looks good. Terminals look a little rusty. Gotta shave them down a little bit. AC is pretty cold, by the way. Not bad at all. Just an overall smooth car. Road ready. As for our interior, it looks really good. There's no rips on the seats, stains. Dashboard looks good, not cracked. Just a bunch of dirt on the floor, and Lots of dog hair. I can't stand dog hair, guys. Look at that. Dog hair sucks. But for the price I got it for, I think we can handle the detail. It's not a big deal. So let's go ahead and start our body work. The first thing we're gonna do is remove the bumpers, starting with the front, and then we're gonna remove the rear, take out our tail lights, headlights, and all of our emblems off of the car. Okay, so we got our whole front end off of the car and it looks really good. I can tell there were no accidents. The frame and everything looks intact. The radiator support looks intact along this side as well. It looks really good. Let's move along to the back. Okay, to remove our emblems off of our car, we're gonna use fishing line, the same thing you would use if you had a fishing rod, and we're just gonna go like this to it. Let's move it back and forth. It's gonna cut through that glue. So we got our emblems off. You can see there's some residue, glue residue left behind, and that's gonna come off when we sand down the car. I guess the cool part here is you can see the original color, and you can see it hasn't been hit on the tail or anything like that, so it looks in pretty good shape. Same thing on this side, nice and clean. The original color looks really good. So this car is gonna look totally different. So now that we got our bumper off, our lights, and got everything off, it's time to bring the beauty back to this car. It's time to brighten this thing up. Let's make this thing look good. Now I wanna take a couple approaches when it comes time to sand in this car, because the reality is the paint under here is actually beautiful. It's just covered in cheap spray paint like we've been saying the whole time. But that doesn't mean that it actually messed up the paint, because under this paint, we have a clear coat and we have a base coat. So my goal here is I'm going to try to wet sand it first, which would take a very long time, but it would save that clear coat under it. And all we would have to do is probably hit it with a little base coat and then clear coat the car, and it should look new. Or I will have to use my machine. If it's giving me a hard time coming off wet sanding, I use the machine. But if I use the machine, I might take a chance of breaking through that clear coat and base coat, and I really don't want to do that. I want to try to save as much as that base coat as I can. We can get down to the clear coat because we're going to re-clear the whole car, but I want to make sure that we don't sand too much into that base coat. Based off the results of this sand is going to determine how much base coat I'm gonna need. I know we're gonna need clear coat for the whole car, but it's gonna determine how much base coat we're gonna need to add before we re-clear coat the car. Let's get started. So I went ahead and grabbed some sandpaper, bucket of water, and I started to wet sand the car. But as you can see, things got extremely weird because it was just scratching the car, and that's not normal. So I went ahead and grabbed my orbital sander, threw my mask on, and began to sand the car down with that 400 grit on there. And again, things were just super weird. Here's what happened. Wait a minute. I don't even think this is spray paint, guys. This kid said he spray painted it. Meanwhile, it's a wrap. Look at that. Wow. And this is the reason why it wasn't coming off. Why would this kid tell me he spray painted it? I'm confused. Maybe this kid bought this car like this and didn't even know what he had, but this makes the job a lot easier, I guess. Now I gotta figure out how to take off wrap off of a car. Parts like this, I'm confused about. So this is gonna be a messy job, I guess. I'm assuming a heat gun or something like that. This kid told me that it was spray paint. What is going on? I don't even know if this is good or bad. I mean, the paint looks beautiful under it, and I'm sure if there's an easy way to take this off, he probably would have sold the car for a lot more. Because if we get this wrap off perfectly, we might not have to paint the whole car. Because look how smooth this looks compared to this, where I kind of already messed it up. But look how smooth that is. So if we could get this wrap off easily like that, it would be nice. But we got to start heating it up. Let's get to it. I'm back. After tons and tons of research, I realized that this is going to be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Now, the reason it's going to be so hard is because this thing is basically molded onto the paint. Super hard to get off. Now, based off my research, there's a few things that I can do. One, I can use a heat gun, try to heat up the wrap and peel it off. But what I'm seeing online is when the wrap is in this condition and really molded onto the paint, it's super hard to get off, and I'm gonna have a hard time using the heat gun. Now, the second thing I can do is use one of these rubber 3M wheels to peel off the wrap, and that's what leaves the paint on a car still in good condition. And then number three, I can use this blowtorch, which I saw a video online where it heats up the wrap really, really good, better than the heat gun, and it kind of makes the wrap shrink, and it's a lot easier to take off supposedly, but I haven't tried it yet. The real issue here is if I can't peel it off and I have to use the most common thing that people use, which is this rubber 3M wheel that will leave the car with good paint on it, which will save a lot of money, but takes so much time because there's so much real estate on this car. So what I really want to do is just sand this thing all the way down and repaint it. I don't even care. But the issue is the sandpaper doesn't do a good job. As you can see, if we sand it down, it's gonna burn through the paint. This is the sanded area, and this is the area that I peeled earlier that you guys saw. The issue with that is that the sandpaper gets messed up really fast, and we would have to repaint the whole car with a base coat and with a clear coat. I don't mind doing that, but it's still gonna be super hard to sand through this wrap. But the thing is, if we can get this wrap off in one piece without messing up the paint like I did here, that means we can save the whole paint on the car. Now, I'm gonna give a few things a try. We're gonna see which one works better, but to be honest, I don't even know where I'm going with this. This was a super surprise. So let's start trying the different techniques and see which one works best. So I'm gonna try the blowtorch and see what it does to the wrap. I don't know, guys. It looks like it just made it worse. It's like it made it get stuck more. All right, guys, this is a tough call. The blowtorch isn't working. This is working, but as you can see, we have a bunch of glue. So I'm gonna try some goof off and see if that removes that. And we're gonna see how this looks. All right, let's see if this goof off does anything. It's taking it off, which is good. Probably gonna need a gallon of this goof off if we decide to do it this way. But it is taking it off. So I decided the rubber wheel it is. Even though it's gonna be quite hard to use the rubber wheel on the whole car, it's just the best route. Now you can see me here grabbing an orbital sander, sanding down the hood along with the fender. Now the reason why I did this is because I already destroyed the hood. It made no sense to take the rubber wheel and rubber wheel down the whole hood. That's kind of a waste of time. So I went and grabbed the sander, and you can see that the sander is bringing it all the way down to the primer, guys. The whole car is going down to the primer. It's removing the clear coat and it's removing the base coat and bringing it all the way down to the primer. So these are gonna have to be painted. Everything else is good. You can see I grabbed the rubber wheel here and started each panel. Now this was tough because the adhesive was stuck, but I learned a hack. Not only do you use the goof off, I found someone that was using WD-40. So I went out to Walmart and purchased some cheap WD-40, which is right here in this can. It's called lubricant. It cost me about 20 bucks. Now I did use that to take off the adhesive, and man, look at the difference. Look how this stuff works. It worked wonders, guys. So it's starting to rain on me. Seems like when I get deep in the project, it starts to rain. I just want to tell you guys out there, do not give up, guys. Don't give up on any kind of project that you have. Just do what you got to do. Fight through it. I almost sanded down the whole car, and now I'm making progress. Now I see how to do this thing a lot faster, a lot easier. Don't get discouraged. So the next day here, I started with the door panel and moved to the other door panel. And I found another hack. I started using that fake WD-40, and I also purchased some plastic blades. And those plastic blades allowed me to get the adhesive off a lot faster. So what I would do is soak down the panels with the WD-40, the lubricant, and pretty much take this plastic blade and do what you see me doing right there, and that would take off the adhesive a lot faster. Now, this was a bit of a headache, but as you can see, the car looks amazing. So the next day here, did the same thing, and I pretty much took my time. It took me about 2.5 days to do this because I wanted to do panel by panel. I didn't want to just try to take on the whole thing in one day, because that would have just totally smoked me and made me give up. So look at the car, guys. With enough elbow grease, enough work, we finally got all of the adhesive off the car and all of that old molded on car wrap. And I was super proud and pretty much was happy with the way the car was looking. Okay, so our car is finally unwrapped and unveiled. As you can see, it looks really good. Now the bumpers cannot be hit with that rubber wheel because the paint chips off. Let me show you. So as you can see right here, I started to hit it with the rubber wheel, and paint pretty much chipped off and went down to the plastic part of the bumper. And you can see that that just took it down. So this is the paint, and then when you hit it, the paint peels off. And the same thing goes for our mirror covers. I popped those off, and you can see that the paint, this is the paint, and this is the part that just peels off from the rubber wheel. I guess because it's plastic, the wrap pretty much stuck to it really good, and then when you hit it with the rubber wheel, it just takes off the paint. So we're gonna have to sand these down, sand our bumpers fully down, and we're gonna repaint these when we paint the front of the hood and the fender. Let's get these sanded down. So we went ahead and sanded down the bumpers the same way we did with the hood and the fenders. Now you can see it brought it all the way down to the primer on the bumpers, which is good because I don't have to prime the bumpers. Now you can see that there are little spots that burn through, the same as on the hood and the fender. There are little spots that burn through because the sandpaper took it down to the metal. So therefore I had to wet sand this hood, fender, and bumpers down with a 400 grit so we can apply the primer in the areas that went down to the metal on the hood and the fenders. On a plastic bumper, it's fine. We can just wash it down and paint right over it since it already has primer on it already. So I went ahead, started to tape up the car and get everything ready for the paint. Starting off with our primer, we went ahead and just hit all of the metal spots. Again, all of the exposed areas, because the hood pretty much is already primed. We just need to get those exposed metal areas. And the reason we want to do this is because if the paint hits it, the paint is going to have a reaction to the metal. So you have to cover that before you apply the paint. Following that, I had to wet sand that area down because you just don't want to paint over primer that was just sprayed. So I let it dry up for an hour or two and then wet sanded it down so it can be flat. When we apply our paint, you won't see the primer under it. It has to even out with the car. Okay, so we're finally about to start our paint and get this whole car where it needs to be. We're gonna use for our base coat, we're gonna use a Luma base. Now this Luma base is color matched to the car. So I got the code on the car, brought it to a paint store and matched this color exactly to the color on the car. This specific paint mixes 2 to 1. So 2 parts of the base coat and 1 part reducer. For our clear coat, we will be using the finished one. You can grab this on Amazon. I've been using this for the last 3 cars on this channel. And this is our clear coat, lays down really good. This clear coat mixes 4 to 1. So before you even spray a car, you can see that I set my paint gun up. Before you even put paint into your gun, make sure that it's set up correctly. What I did was put some acetone in there and spray it to make sure that everything was good. And then I mixed my paint. Test spray on the panel of the car on the plastic. And the first thing we did here was just cover the primer areas, guys. That's the first thing you want to do. The first coat has to cover the primered areas. Don't lay the coat down yet until you cover those primer areas. And that's what I did right here. Second coat over here. Now I'm applying the paint to the car in a normal fashion. I'm staying away from the panel about 6 inches and I'm moving in a steady flow like I'm a robot. Same thing goes on the bumpers. Just covering up all those areas that look like they were like sanded down to the plastic. I want to get those down first, and then after that, my second coat, I can lay the paint down smoothly and make sure that it lays down properly. Now it's time to lay down my clear coat. I cleaned my gun, sprayed it down, make sure that it was nice and clean, and put our clear coat in. Now the clear coat, you want to lay it down the same way. It's going to be a little slower than you lay down the base coat, and you're going to lay it down a little bit harder than the base coat. So we're going to put 2 coats on each panel, and we're going to make sure that it's done correctly. We're going to take our time. Don't stay in one place because then the paint would drip. Okay, so you can see I'm moving nice and smooth and following the panel, kind of like a robot, keeping that arm stiff and just moving my body with the gun at the same time. Second and final coat, I'm laying it down a lot harder and a lot slower, making sure that I'm getting every part of the panel so that we don't leave anything dry, because if you miss a spot, guys, that will be a dry spot and it won't look good at all. So as soon as I finish painting, I give it about 30 minutes and I start to remove all of the covering. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want the paint to stick to any of that plastic that I cover with, because it will peel off the paint on the car. So you want to take it off as fast as possible. And for our grille and our emblem, I applied the same steps that I did to the panels on the car. I pretty much sprayed them down with that fake WD-40, that lubricant, and scraped them down with the blade. And everything came off without a problem, guys, to my surprise. It was really easy. I let the WD-40 soak on there and look what we had. Super cool. Everything came right off. So this was a super hack through the whole process. Now it's time to put the car back together, guys. This is where the magic takes place. And this is where I felt extremely proud of all of my work. And this is where you really realize how much it was actually worth it. All of the elbow grease, all of the stuff that you went through, you realize at the end, when you see the work of art, how good you feel. And of course the profit always helps, but when you do something like this, you really feel rewarded. Now, if you guys don't know, we were giving away a Honda Civic on this channel once we hit 20K subscribers, and we did reach that goal, guys. At the end of this video, I'll be announcing the winner of the free Honda Civic finally, and I want to thank all you guys out there for the 20K subs. I appreciate you guys. Now for the mirrors, I did not paint those other mirrors. I went ahead and got some carbon fiber mirrors. They were about 30 bucks on Amazon. I thought that would bring a better touch to the car. and I really think it did. For the interior, for that dog hair, I went ahead and used this dog hair brush and pretty much got it all taken off the carpet. It was pretty easy with this brush. You can find that on Amazon as well, or your local pet store. Vacuumed out the car, cleaned all the panels, and thankfully this car did not need a lot of detailing. Now, I did do an oil change and spark plugs off of the camera. Didn't want to add it into the video because it was just too much stuff going on with the surprise that we had in the beginning. But the car came out pretty good, and the total amount spent on this car is just $847, guys. That's it. Now, we can sell this car for $4,500 in my area. With this amount of mileage on it, there's only 107,000 miles on it. The car runs great. That's bringing us to a grand total profit of $3,653, guys. Not bad at all. And this is how the beautiful car looks. We put our emblems on and we got the car where it needed to be. Okay guys, finally, what you guys been waiting for, what I've been waiting for, the free Honda Civic giveaway, guys. I'm excited to get this car to one of you guys right now. You can see I have my website pulled up. We have 749 entries signed up for the giveaway. Now, I was surprised. I thought a lot more people would have signed up, but we only got 749 people out of the 20,000 people. Come on, guys. It's a free car. I didn't ask for anything. I thought more people would have signed up. So everything's all set up right here on this website. All of the names are there. It's gonna pick one lucky person, guys, and I'm excited. Now, once this winner is announced, I can't wait to see you. Hopefully I can deliver you the car, or you can come pick up the car, however you wanna do it. We'll figure it out when that time gets there and when we pick this person. So we have all 749 people in the raffle right now. And in 10 seconds, this thing is gonna pick a lucky winner. So let's go ahead and click it and see who won the free Honda Civic that we built right here on this channel. And we got the rebuild title and everything ready to go for you guys. Let's see who's gonna win. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. J.Echoes1101 at Gmail. You, my friend, just won a free Honda Civic. I will talk to you soon. Again, Jay here from Flipping Cars for Fun. And for any of you guys that did not win, I apologize. And thank you for signing up. You never know what's next on this channel, guys. Stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you, J Echoes. You just won a free Honda Civic.